Know the top stories of the day. Understand the issues that matter. This is Manila Bulletin News on Web. Your quick rundown of top news in the country and around the world. Manila Bulletin, celebrating 120 years of timely stories and timeless truths. Be fully informed. Hi, I'm Barbie Atienza. This is MB Now, and here are your news on web. President Duterte has approved a recommendation to move the opening of classes from August 24 to October 5. Based on a memorandum signed by Executive Secretary Salvador Medialdea on August 14, the Department of Health is instructed to use the time to make sure that the coming school year will have a smooth opening. Malacanang's memorandum came after senators called on DepEd to postpone the scheduled opening of classes on August 24 following concerns and challenges of blended learning. Previously, Education Secretary Leonor Briones has said that there was no stopping the opening of classes on August 24 as they insisted on distance and online learning modules in lieu of face-to-face classes. Last month, President Duterte signed Republic Act No. 11480 that authorizes him to reschedule the opening of classes nationwide or in specific parts of the country to a different date in times of crisis.
This morning, we received a memorandum from the Office of the President that the President has already made the decision in respect to the recommendation that I submitted to him last August 6. Last August 6, I submitted to him a policy analysis of the implications of the imposition of modified enhanced community quarantine or MECQ in Metro Manila and in the provinces of Cavite, Bulacan, Laguna, and Rizal. As per the memorandum of the President, he has given approval to the recommendation of DepEd, which, I repeat, we submitted last August 8. Thus, we will now implement such a decision to defer school opening to October 5.
The National Task Force on COVID-19 have signified their readiness to avoid a repeat of the scenario that saw the country experience a surge in coronavirus disease cases when the government eased off restrictions last June. But still, the agency is asking the public to do their part as the country continues its battle against the pandemic. Here is Argil Jaducos for the story.
With the government most likely to ease up lockdown restrictions by next week, the National Task Force Against COVID-19 sounded prepared should a surge of COVID-19 cases happen once more. Treatment Czar and Health Undersecretary Leopoldo Vega stressed the readiness to avoid a repeat of the scenario that saw the country experience a surge in COVID-19 cases when the government eased off restrictions last June. From about 18,000 COVID cases recorded on June 1, the country saw a sharp rise in virus cases which reached more than 100,000 by August, forcing President Duterte to heed the medical community's call for a stricter lockdown early this month. Vega, however, said the government's task force on the pandemic is up for the task should the President decide to relax anew the lockdown restrictions after August 18.
Pero itong phase natin ngayon, if compared with the early parts of COVID, we didn't have anything. We didn't know how to act. And we didn't know how the COVID virus would behave. Ito, at least, we are in a better position kasi we identified the enemy. We have making sure that we have the necessary reinforcement and force to reckon with, especially testing, hospitals, and the cadre of healthcare workers that are to be fitted in.
National Task Force Chief Implementer Carlito Galvez Jr. meanwhile is asking everyone to do their part as the country continues its battle against the pandemic.
Ang focus ng ating sinasabi nga Secretary Anyo, 80% of our effort right now is more on prevention. So yun ang inano namin ngayon na yung changing of the mindset at saka yung natawag nating change of behavior ng ating mga mamamayan ang kailangan pong ano po natin. So I encourage all the media practitioner na dapat doon po natin i-focus yung ating paglaban dito sa COVID-19. on how we can change and influence our people na kailangan yung kailangang support, na kailangan talaga ng itatawag na orientation and education on health promotion and disease prevention.
For MB Now, this is Argil Gaducos reporting.
60 million pesos has been allotted by the Department of Science and Technology to fund researches on how Filipinos can adapt during a pandemic like the 2019 novel coronavirus disease. The DOST called the project Science and Technology for a Resilient Community Against the Pandemic, or STRAP. It will be spearheaded by the Philippine Council for Industry, Energy and Emerging Technology, Research and Development. DOST PCIEERD Executive Director and STRAP Project Leader Dr. Enrico Paringit expressed optimism that the STRAP block grant will keep us buckled safely as we navigate the new normal. The number of losers or adult Filipinos who said that their quality of life have gotten worse this year compared to last year is at 79%. That is according to the latest Social Weather Station's National Mobile Phone Survey conducted from July 3 to 6. The July survey also showed the number of gainers, or persons who believe that their quality of life improved this year compared to last year, at 8%. To this, SWS said it is the second lowest proportion recorded by SWS compared to the historic 6% low last May. The SWS said 1,555 adult Filipinos ages 18 years old and above participated in the survey, including 306 in the National Capital Region, 451 in Balanced Luzon or those outside Metro Manila, 388 in the Visayas, and 410 in Mindanao. In Metro News, Manila City Government buys 2,000 remdesivir vials for COVID-19 patients. Almost 6,000 public school students in Pasay City to receive cash aid. And Pasig provides residents free COVID-19 testing. More from this report.
A total of 2,000 remdesivir vials, a drug used to treat COVID-19 patients, was purchased by the Manila City Government. Mayor Francisco Esco Moreno Dumagoso said the antiviral drug can be used to treat close to 200 of the city's COVID-19 patients with mild, moderate, and severe symptoms. Although it is not guaranteed cure for the disease, there are studies that say it can help speed up the recovery of COVID-19 patients from 15 to 11 days. Around 13 million was spent to procure the remdesivir from Milan, the pharmaceutical firm that created the drug. The Manila mayor said they were able to buy each vial for 6,500, a lower cost than its original price of nearly 20,000 pesos. Vice Mayor Hani Lacuna Pangan said the medication is not available over the counter and it was distributed to the city's 6 district hospitals. A total of 5,861 public school students in Pasay City will receive their financial assistance of 3,000 pesos covering January to March of school year 2019 to 2020, as announced by the Pasay City government from August 13 to 17. According to Mayor Emmy Calixto Robiano, the city government has distributed the financial aid to 22,710 other students in some of the city's public elementary and high schools, while preparing to give the same allowance to other students in the rest of the schools. Robiano said the recently scheduled distribution of students' cash aid was delayed after the payout bank, Land Bank Taft branch, which was placed under lockdown last July 30. Pasig City is ramping up its coronavirus testing efforts by providing its residents with free coronavirus disease testing using an antibody test that is more effective than rapid testing. Mayor Vico Soto announced in his Facebook Live netcast the local government will be testing residents using enhanced chemiluminescence immunoassay, or ECLIA. ECLIA is a type of antibody test that uses blood samples to determine if a patient has been exposed to the coronavirus and they have developed antibodies against it. It is the first fully automated COVID-19 antibody test certified by the Food and Drug Administration of both United States and the Philippines. The mayor said 300 residents can be accommodated daily for the city's ECLIA testing. Residents wishing to get tested must first call the local hotlines at 0928-291-1716 or 0928-291-1717 to reserve a slot and have their schedule booked.
Here are the top news in other parts of the country. Baguio records 25 new COVID-19 cases. Police warns against blackmailing contact tracers in Cebu City. And PhilHealth Davao justifies release of 325 million peso IRM to Southern Philippines Medical Center. More in this report.
Baguio City logged 25 new cases of coronavirus disease, its highest number of cases in a day. Mayor Benjamin Magalong instructed contact tracing teams to work double time to expedite contact identification, testing, isolation, quarantine, and medical protocols. The city will now enforce the hammer and dance concept, where there will be times when quarantine protocols will have to be tightened and when these have to be eased to tolerable limits. As of 6 p.m. of August 13, the city had a total of 214 confirmed cases, 89 active, 119 recoveries, and 6 deaths. Authorities in Cebu City received reports that fake contact tracers have been demanding cash so that the identities of possible COVID-19 carriers will not be exposed. Chief of Police Regional Office in Central Visayas, Police Brigadier General Albert Ignatius Ferro, has tasked the region's Criminal Investigation and Detection Group to look into such reports. Deputy Chief Implementer for the Interagency Task Force Emergency Operations Center, City Councilor Joel Garganera, said the city has already coordinated with the police to track down these fake contact tracers. Garganera also assured the public that the Emergency Operations Center was protecting the privacy of possible COVID-19 patients. The Philippine Health Insurance Corporation in Davao Region denied accusations of favoritism and corruption involving the 325 million pesos in Interim Reimbursement Mechanism or IRM funds that it provided to the Southern Philippines Medical Center. Acting Regional Vice President of PhilHealth Davao, Dr. Hector Zenon Leonardo P. Malate, said that all of its releases in the region follow the existing rules and regulations of the state-run insurer on the provision of IRM funds. He explained that IRM was not solely intended for COVID-19 treatment, but also for other health-related services, including but not limited to dialysis, chemotherapy, and maternity benefits as the current health crisis affected everyone. Malate added that the IRM funds in the region were released accordingly based on the applications made by the facilities that subsequently passed all requirements to ensure patients who need assistance from PhilHealth, be they COVID-19 patients or not, can get access to medical services.
In world news, vaccine will be free for Americans according to its officials. Emergency services inspect the scene of deadly train derailment in Scotland. And ancient wine windows reopen to help limit contact amid coronavirus pandemic in Florence. Let's watch this report.
The United States will ensure the COVID-19 vaccine will be distributed to all Americans for free if it's proven effective and safe, according to health official. Senior Health Department Paul Mango said Washington has invested more than $10 billion in 6 vaccine projects and signed contracts guaranteeing the delivery of hundreds of millions of doses should they be approved following clinical trials. They are on track to deliver hundreds of millions of doses by January 2021. Meanwhile, Director of the National Institute of Health Francis Collins said he was continuously optimistic that at least one of the 6 vaccines the U.S. had invested in would come through by the end of the year. Critics of President Donald Trump have expressed worries that the administration may bypass safety precautions to announce a vaccine is available before the election on November 3, a charge Mango denied. The British government ordered urgent safety checks on the rail network on Thursday after a passenger train derailed in northeast Scotland, leaving 3 people dead. The 6:38 a.m. service from Aberdeen to Glasgow came off the tracks on Wednesday morning near the town of Stonehaven, which had been hit by flooding following heavy rain. The driver, conductor, and a passenger were killed, and 6 people were hospitalized with minor injuries, while 4 firefighters were hurt battling the ensuing fire. Police and the train had luckily not been busy. Travel in the region is currently restricted due to tighter coronavirus measures imposed following a localized surge in cases of COVID-19. Ancient wine windows reopen in streets of Florence. This small window aims to help limit people's contact with each other amid the coronavirus pandemic. Back in 1500s, merchants understood that disease could be spread through contact, and these small openings allowed them to sell wine without fear of infection. Bars and restaurants are now reusing the windows, passing food and drink to customers through the opening. According to a lot of restorers and architects, this artifact is safeguarded by law. If there are construction works to do, the window has to be moved but never destroyed.
In entertainment, K-pop superstars BTS will hold its concerts in October and release a new album in the fourth quarter of the year. The concerts, titled BTS Map of the Soul 1, will be held in person and streamed online on October 10 and 11. Amid the ongoing coronavirus disease pandemic, Big Hit Entertainment said that for the in-person performance, only limited seating will be available for purchase to comply with government-mandated concert seat distancing measures for COVID-19 prevention. In addition, it was also announced that after a long preparation by the members, the new BTS album will be unveiled in the fourth quarter. Ahead of the concerts and album, BTS will be releasing on August 21 an English track entitled Dynamite. Mutya Pilipinas announced the cancellation of its 2020 contest due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Mutya Pilipinas President Cory Quirino made the announcement on the official social media pages of the 51-year-old national pageant Thursday night. According to their official statement, the organization will instead focus on humanitarian efforts in support of frontliners and communities in need, particularly street children. The organization will still fulfill existing obligations towards alliances with international beauty pageant titles the organization represents. In the event that the said international pageants proceed with a virtual pageant in 2020, Mutya Pilipinas will be sending one of its beauty queens to represent the Philippines. And in sports, former volleyball player turned TV host Gretchen Ho is lending a helping hand to those in dire need by giving away 50 bicycles. In a social media post, Ho said she is looking at 50 deserving people who would need to fill out a form provided by the celebrity host. A star player of the Ateneo Lady Eagles during her college days, Ho disclosed people could also nominate someone whom they think deserves a bike from her. A bicycle in the Philippines, particularly the National Capital Region, has become one of the modes of transportation after the months-long quarantine restrictions due to the COVID-19 pandemic. A pair of Michael Jordan's game-worn sneakers sold for $615,000 or nearly 30 million pesos, Christie's auction house said Thursday. This shatters a record set just months ago by the sale of another pair of the basketball legend's shoes. The sneakers were a pair of Air Jordan 1 highs that the NBA megastar wore during a 1985 exhibition match in Italy when he dunked the ball so hard it shattered the glass backboard. Jordan racked up 30 points while wearing the size 13.5 shoes, which are in the red and black colors of his Chicago Bulls team. Though the sale broke the record set in May when a pair of Air Jordan 1s sold for $560,000, the new auction landed below the estimated range of $650,000 and $850,000. And for our special feature today, a popular shopping spot in Quezon City has opened an online store as more shoppers shift to online shopping amid the threat of COVID-19. That is the Dapitan Arcade, which is known for its cheap home goods such as kitchenware, home decor, and planters. Currently, their online store sells items for as low as 60 pesos to as high as 12,800 pesos. The website also welcomes wholesale orders and sellers who want to sell their own products through the Become a Seller tab. For more details, just log on to the Dapitan Arcade's website. Though a disclaimer said that the shop said customers may experience delayed deliveries because of the modified enhanced community quarantine in Metro Manila until August 18. In celebration of Manila Bulletin's 120th anniversary, the publication continues to innovate and keep up with technology in delivering news and information to more readers. Recently, the Manila Bulletin opened its own Viber community where every day's biggest headlines, breaking news, and updates about the latest happenings are delivered straight to the members' phones. And to make the conversation about the latest happenings even livelier, the publication has also unveiled 20 specially designed Viber stickers. The exclusive Manila Bulletin Viber stickers are designed to resonate for readers of all ages, as these encompass different cultural aspects, from the city's landmarks, online slang language, to artworks that remind everyone not to be a victim of fake news. For Landmark Designs, the multimedia company pays tribute to its hometown, as the sticker set includes Manila City Hall and Luneta's images. To complete the package, there's also Mayor Isko Moreno's cute caricature. For the social media savvy, there are different internet lingos to choose from, such as #lit, #goals, and of course, the #feels. You can also show your affection to the people that you love, especially now in the time of COVID-19 pandemic. There's Stay Safe sticker as well. Sticker #No to Fake News reminds everyone about the importance of getting information from reliable news sources. Also included in the sticker pack are Anong Balita Ngayon and the Manila Bulletin's 120th anniversary tagline, Timely Stories, Timeless Truths. You can download the Manila Bulletin sticker pack via Viber Sticker Market, or you may scan this QR code. And those are the news on web today, August 14, 2020. For more news and details, get your copy of Manila Bulletin newspaper tomorrow or log on to www.mb.com.ph. You may also subscribe to our newsletter through the link on this video's caption to have the day's latest news delivered to your own inbox. I am Barbie Atienza for Manila Bulletin, celebrating its 120 years of timely stories and timeless truths. This has been MB Now. Be fully informed.